once again. I know I just uploaded a video yesterday, but now I finally finished, sorry, like a little bit of frog still in my throat. I've been isolating since November 25th, so I'm still stuck in the house, but this is one of the first times that I've tried actually getting fully dressed. So anyway, yeah, we're doing my December bullet journal setup for this year. This one I am very proud of myself for doing because it took so long. Like, I know some of you commented on my last October one, which was pretty hefty, and said like I must have had some major patience for it, but man, that patience does not even compare to the level of patience I needed to complete this setup. So I know that once you start watching, you'll see how intense this really was, but aside from that, when you're isolated in the house, like, it really gave me that opportunity to just like go full on into this, and I'm very proud of it. And yeah, enjoy the Nightmare Before Christmas Jack Skellington Takes Over Christmas bullet journal setup. Let's go. So, for any of you longtime subscribers, I tried to do a Nightmare Before Christmas theme last December, but honestly, looking back at it now, even just like at my book, not even just like the video that I did not do it well. It took me a really long time to draw Jack on the schedule page, and I had this idea for the cover page, and it was actually like originally when I first attempted it, I tried drawing it a slightly different version that I found online that was only one page big, not like a double page open spread. So I attempted and I gave up really quickly and ended up not being able to finish it in time, and just did a little quip about like, hey guys, I didn't get to finish it because I just didn't do it well. And yeah, so I was like, this year, I'm going to do it over, and I'm going to do it better, and I am going to research into it and really think about what I want this spread to look like. So just like I basically recreated with my October one to make it better and more cohesive and just all around better quality, I did the same thing here. So for this cover page, I found another picture of Jack as Santa Claus with like this giant wreath around him, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, it is drawn not in like a 3D form like October's original drawing was for the cover page. It looked like it was hand-drawn, so I was like, okay, that already makes it a lot easier. However, with how detailed this thing is, I knew that this was going to take me a long time, and I will not lie, while I've been in quarantine, this ended up being a blessing in disguise, because obviously it's not good to be positive with this virus because I'm still recovering from it right now, but it did give me the time to actually focus on this drawing and force myself to get it done this year and actually have the daylight hours to do it. Like, this drawing literally took me, I think, like 4 days, and I really didn't have that much sunlight. Like, even though I got up, like, I would still let myself rest, so I really only have like from 11 a.m. to like 2:30 to film, because then by like 2:30, even though the sun isn't completely down, it goes down too much in my room to have nice enough lighting to do speed over clips. So I had to do it over those couple of hours over the span of like 4 days. And even when I finished inking it all in, that took an extra 3 hours just to ink it, not even just to draw. So this took a really long time, and this is definitely the most challenging drawing I have ever done. But I am so proud of myself that I was able to do it. Like, I look at it now and I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I did that. I drew that freehand. I might have had to look at a photo to do it, but all of this was freehand, just looking at a drawing. So I think that deserves a little bit of praise if I want to toot my own horn. So yeah, you can just see how detailed this thing was. So I'm very, very happy. But that's basically all I wanted to say about this drawing, because yeah, even with speeding it up to like 2500 speed, you can just see how long this thing would have taken. So now that I've said my piece about this, let's just dive right into, Actually, let's just throw in a little tip in there. So one thing I did learn from drawing this is when you're looking at something that feels super overwhelming to even start, because trust me, like I had to force myself to start this even though I knew I wanted to challenge myself because it looked that intimidating. But basically every section of the drawing, as I hope you can probably tell from the speed over, I really just did one small chunk at a time. Like obviously I started with his face, so I was like, okay, every section, just do it completely done. And don't just do like the outline of the entire thing like I normally would do when I'm redoing drawings. I was like, okay, focus on the face, do all the details of the face, and when you're done that, move on to the beard, and then do all the details of the beard, and then move on to the next section. So I would really just look at like little bits of the drawing and just like slowly accumulate it more and more. And it made it a lot easier to tackle something so intense. So if you guys are wanting to basically tackle something really, really big, just break it down into like mini little chunks and you will get there. Slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race.
This year, Christmas will be What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Jack. This isn't fair. What's this? What's this? What's this? There's something very wrong. What's this? There's people singing songs. What's this? The streets are lined with little people laughing. Everybody seems so happy. Have I heart to dig on Daffy? What is this? What's this? Hello. Okay. Jack, but they said you were dead. You must be dead. Come on, old man!
Ta-da! Now it's done. So proud of it. So proud of it. So for my schedule page, I wanted to redo my attempt at it from last year, and already just like sketching it out, I was like, this is going to look so much better, because not only was I able to make Jack like more closer size to like the original drawing that I used to make him completely cover the entire page, having white paper instead of the cream made him look way better. Like the comparison does not compare. That was horribly worded. But yeah, I basically did the same design, but instead of last year's attempts at different doodles and the font that I used, thinking, oh, this kind of looks like it's a cross between Halloween and Christmas, I just used the font that was on Jack's chalkboard and Naughty and Nice list for when he's like brainstorming what Christmas means, and I just took the letters from each word that I could see to make the word December, and it ended up being a lot easier, and it looked a lot more cohesive with this entire theme. So this picture was from the one scene in the movie where Jack is asking Sally to make him the Santa Claus suit, and he's holding a picture of himself, and Sally flips over the cover saying, no, like, you're in the Pumpkin King, like, no, that's who you are, and Jack's like, no, I feel so much better now being Santa Claus. So that's what I took the drawing from. And last year when I did this drawing, I remember spending hours on this one, and it was only like took up half the page, and this one only took me like a solid 40 minutes. I was like, wow, look at me go. I can draw so much faster now. This feels great. And it wasn't nearly as stressful. And plus this year I decided to color him in with the markers instead of using pencil crayons. So he just looked better like that as well. And I thought since I had this new white gel pen that I would use that to color in the white fluffy parts and his beard to make it look a little bit more textured, because like the pages were already white, so I didn't really need to do that, but I think it added well to it. And when I did this scroll thing, I wanted to have the same texture that his list had, so that's why I did the little ticks of pencil crayon, and all these extra doodles were also from that list. So I will show that scroll right now so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. And having his actual doodles and little math equations, like, it just looks so much better and so much more cohesive. It's fantastic. So with my to-do list page, I switched back to the classic Nightmare Before Christmas font, not the one from the scroll. And I decided to do it dark green to kind of match the wreaths that were in my papers behind me, and continued with the doodles from the scroll. I tried to do this little sack thing, but it did not work, and I was like, nope, okay, we're covering up with washi tape, it's fine. Everything's fine. So for washi tape, I just did a mix of my regular Christmas washi tape that I had got from last year and mixed it with the Jack Skellington black and white washi tape that I used in my October spread. But I was a little indecisive on where to place them, so yeah, I moved them around a lot. Alright, so moving on to my mood tracker and habit tracker. So at this point in the video, I was only kind of doing the faster spreads to finish. So I started with my habit tracker first, continued using the Nightmare Before Christmas font, and again, I will leave a link to it if you'd like to make your own words in this font. It's just a little generator, so you just like type in whatever word you want and it makes it in that font. It's very handy. I use the website every time I do a spread to make everything as cohesive as humanly possible. So for the header, I continued using just some more doodles from the movie, and for my habits I decided to leave out working out because with November's failure of a month, I was like, Kate, December, I just want to focus on getting my Christmas content out for this channel and relaxing and just having fun doing Christmas things. And with that, I was like, there's gonna be no time to try to go to the gym. And then with COVID cases getting worse, like I don't even know if I'll even be able to go to the gym before this end of the month, because I'm still in quarantine as I'm recording this voiceover and I don't know when I'll be leaving. I'm hoping I'll be out by December 13th to go back to work, but at this point I have to wait until I'm completely symptom free. So I'm getting along, I'm feeling a lot better, but just to be on the safe side, I gave an extra week to my job to be completely safe. And if for some reason it's still continuing, then I just won't be going back to work until I'm completely done. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated in my Instagram posts, but I'm doing okay. But anyway, back to talking about the mood tracker. So I wanted to continue doing something simpler, but it ended up not being like entirely simple because apparently drawing a Christmas tree takes more effort than I thought it did. So I used the classic vampire teddy from the movie right when Jack is like giving all the presents, and it's not one of those characters that's in the movie for very long. Same with this like snake that comes out of Jack's sack and like starts eating the presents and trees a little bit later in the movie. But in the Holiday Mansion ride, these two characters were really prominent in the entire ride. So when I was doing this entire setup, I really referenced the holiday, what's the technical name of it? Haunted Holiday Mansion ride. Yeah. I remember when I first got the DVD of Night Before Christmas back in 2009, when I started becoming like truly obsessed with this film. I saw that in the bonus features, and they take you through the entire ride with the commentary and everything. And that is why I decided to go to Disneyland for my 21st birthday, because I really wanted to see that at Christmas time. And my birthday is October 22nd, so it landed right when this ride was all decorated up and everything. So yeah, that's mainly why I wanted to do December and October in this theme, because I was like, you know what, like I gotta do this full force. And I think I did a pretty good job. Having these two characters was a little bit difficult to draw, just because like I was looking at the scene in the movie and the Holiday Mansion ride, and those aren't like hand drawn, right? Like they're real life statues basically. So trying to draw it from that was a little difficult, but I still think I did a pretty good job. I think they look like their characters. I think they look like what they're supposed to be. And with the Christmas presents, I also referenced a bunch of different gifts that online that people have made to look like Nightmare Before Christmas. So if you look really, really closely, you can see like one of the bows is a skull, and it's like purple and squiggly, and yeah, it's not very typical Christmas colors, but it really looks like Jack took over Christmas. With this rug, it looks a little janky. I ended up just giving up halfway through because I just got like really tired and like kind of over it, so I just left it. So moving on to my next page, I decided to add another brain dump page because I ended up doing that later on in November. It was useful to just have like a random place to put random information just in case I need to reference something. So for the brain dump, I decided that it would be cute to put the little mini experiments that Jack was doing when he was trying to figure out what Christmas means. And I thought that was, I don't know, I just thought that was like perfect for the brain dump page. And I was going to draw Jack behind the table when he's looking at this. Like I literally paused the movie at this spot to get this reference photo, but I was getting fed up with how Jack was looking, so I just gave up and stuck with just the toys. But unfortunately, I don't know how this happened, but I don't have the rest of the speed over clips that finished coloring this in, so you'll see the end of this at the complete flip through at the end. So this next clip is before I started drawing that, and I did the Santa Claus's list to list off all the gifts that I plan on giving this year. It's a little bit shorter of a list this year, so that's why it's not taking up the entire page, but with COVID, everyone that I know is pretty much on more of a budget than normal, and I was able to get all of my gifts before the COVID cases got worse and before I got sick, so I'm very glad I got all my gifts so early. So I listed it in afterwards, but yeah, I just stuck with family and close friends, and the rest of my friends will be getting homemade cards this year. So if you're interested in seeing all those cards, because I'm making like almost 30 this year, and some from last year as well that I didn't get to post last year, stay tuned on my channel, please subscribe. I'll be showing the rest of the speed over clips from last year's cards and on Instagram for this one. So that was a really long run-on sentence, but yes, I really like them and I hope you like them too. So last spread of this setup. I know it's been almost 20 minutes already. But for this spread, I kept it as simple as I could because I was very burnt out from all this drawing at this point. But I just did Tuesday to Sunday. One less day just because December starts on the Tuesday instead of the Monday, so I didn't have to have 7 days this time. And just did the doodle of the Santa hat that was on the scroll, and add a little mini calendar to show which part of the week I'm on, a bunch of little snowflakes, and when I was done, I decided to add a drawing of Zero. So this one I was actually quite proud of myself because this drawing I did a mixture of a couple different drawings of Zero, so realistically, this is almost completely original drawing of Zero, and I didn't think I could ever do that, so woo! I wanted him to be holding a little candy cane in his mouth because I saw on the Holiday Mansion ride that when you see Jack holding his sack and being Sandy Claus, Zero was with him in the graveyard and he's holding a candy cane in his mouth as he's floating next to him. So that's why I got that idea. But yeah, it didn't really take me that long to draw him at all. Very pleased with myself. I feel like I'm actually like getting faster and better at drawing now. I probably said that before, but I'm just really happy with myself. Yeah, so for the rest of the spread, I just decided to add some more snow and use that like white jelly stuff to add some dimension to it. But I thought that the right side still looked quite plain, so I decided to draw Zero's little doghouse. You can see it at the very beginning of the film, just when Jack is starting to sing Jack's Lament. So I used that part of the movie as reference for this photo. I mean, not for this photo, for this drawing. I used that part of the movie for this drawing. Alright, and we're coming to an end with all the extra little washi tape designs and little numbers to finish it off. So here is my flip through of my new and improved, completely redone Jack Skellington Takes Over Christmas bullet journal setup. So happy with this. The extra time I put into really researching each part of the film and the ride to make this theme really cohesive and do it justice was completely worth it to me. Alright, so that was my 2020 December bullet journal setup. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching it and just got to relax while seeing it unfold on itself. And I'm kind of weirdly nostalgic about this month. It's very strange this month so far. It's only been a couple of days into it, but I don't know, it made me focus more on like Christmas movies, and I've been rewatching Night Before Christmas like a stupid amount, more than I was in October for this setup. And I don't know, it's just, things aren't as good as we were hoping for 2020, so it's kind of nice that it's coming to an end. I'm kind of going on a weird tangent here, but yeah, it's not the end of my book like most people's are, but it is still the end of a year, and I'm really have higher hopes for 2021, but do your best to keep in the Christmas spirit as much as you possibly can. Watch those old classics you love. I know I'll still be watching it before Christmas even after this video is up. And yeah, do your best to just stay as positive as possible, because I know things aren't great right now, but as long as we still try to do our best with the Christmas spirit, then we can get through this. I mean, I got through COVID, and you know what, like, things always start to go up as soon as they hit rock bottom, you know? So anyway, aside from being cheesy, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys. Wow, I'm done. I forgot to tell you guys that I was going to show you the original drawings and inspiration for bits of this setup. So I'll let you watch that here. And if you'd like to see the rest of the spreads that I made for my weeks going into December, because it's still going to be continuing with the Nightmare Before Christmas theme. Please follow my Instagram here at Meraki_memories. It's going to be an overload of content since I basically posted nothing in November, so I'm just trying to catch everything up. So hopefully that doesn't annoy you guys. But yeah, I'm really excited to have the time to get everything out. So yeah, please follow me there, please subscribe, all of that fun good stuff, leave a like, because Lord knows I spent so much time on it. I'm hoping for at least 2 likes on this video. Just two guys. So yeah, now I will actually leave you guys and I will see you in the next week. Bye.
What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air. What's this? I can't believe my eyes. I must be dreaming. Wake up, Jack. This isn't fair. What's this? What's this? What's this? There's something very wrong. What's this? There's people singing songs. What's this? The streets are lined with little creatures laughing. Everybody seems so happy. Have I passed the big on Daffy?